What's up, guys? This is Daniel from Arms Family Homestead, and it's been about 3 weeks since we put those plants in our little experiment, my broccoli, cauliflower and onions, into 3 pots. We did 3 containers, if you'll remember, one with potting mix, one with my homegrown compost, and one with the goat manure clean out from the barn. Let's check in on that and see how that experiment's moving along. So when I started this experiment, I asked you guys to chime in the comment section down below and see which one, or let me know which one you thought would perform the best. 3 containers, and one has straight potting mix, one is straight compost that I made myself, and the other's just those goat manure barn clean out kind of waste material. And the overwhelming majority of people said that the compost that I made myself would probably perform the best. Some thought that the goat manure, and then very few people thought the commercial potting mix would do the best. Well, it's kind of got some interesting results. Let me show you guys. So we started this experiment on February 14th. Sorry about the sunlight, guys. We started this experiment on February 14th. I wrote on the side of these containers. So let's get started. All right. Container number 1. This, if you can see it. So container number 1, manure from the goat barn. The onions, whoop, zoom you guys out. The onions look about the same. Broccoli, cauliflower, they're growing. They're doing their thing, but they're not getting just super big. But they all look healthy, and they're kind of moving right along. So number 2 here is the compost. My own homegrown compost from that compost pile, which was old hay and goat manure I composted down last year. So this one, the compost pile, you can see those plants are doing much better than the manure. The onions have grown quite a bit. Check out the onion versus the onion over here. Still looks like it's like it did when I planted it almost. So the onions are really liking the compost. The broccoli's getting big, and the cauliflower is doing pretty well. And then number 3 is going to be, it's hard to see, the commercial potting mix. And look at there, broccoli, they're still with us. They kind of have a little purple tint to the leaves, but they're tiny. The cauliflower here, not doing much. Now the onions are sure growing in it. They're getting pretty tall. But overall, the potting mix, if you look at it, there's potting mix, my own compost, and the goat manure. So as you can see behind me, some interesting results. I think most of you that predicted the compost are looking like you're in the lead right now. The compost is performing awesome for the onions and the broccoli and cauliflower. Over here, the onions are really liking the potting mix. They're probably the tallest onions, but they're not growing very thick. But the other crops in there aren't doing anything at all. Manure's just kind of doing its thing. It's moving right along. So the compost is doing the best. Whoa, I about dropped you guys. Now several of you commented and said I need to do a mixture of all 3. And I didn't want to do a 4th container, but I do have a control group over here in the raised bed of my broccoli and cauliflower, so we'll go show you those. So my raised bed is kind of a mixture of my native soil that I moved in here, plus a lot of compost and some goat manure. So this is kind of a mixture. It just doesn't have the potting mix. But first off is the broccoli. The broccoli plants are looking really well. They're doing great. You can see they're probably 8 inches tall, something like that. Doing really, really well. Cauliflower down here, performing amazing, I think. You can see how tall they are. And then some cabbage down there. The cabbage is really liking this soil. So out of everything I've got going on with this little experiment in the pots over there, actually what's over here in the raised beds is probably doing the best. But I'm going to keep that experiment going. Like I said, it's been about 3 weeks since we started that, and the compost is performing amazing. So I just wanted to give you guys a quick update on how the little experiment's going and let you know that the compost is doing amazing. So guys, leave me a comment down in the comment section below. How do you think this experiment's going to pan out? Is the compost just going to keep going? I'm not going to fertilize any of it. I just want to see how it does. So the manure and the potting mix not looking so good right now, which makes me feel really good about my homegrown compost, which should be encouraging to all of you because you can all make compost at home. That's super easy to do. So that's awesome. Guys, thanks for watching. I hope y'all have a great day, and we'll see you on the next video.